What is going on again, folks? I am Goat. Welcome back to Warframe Frame Build. So we're here to look at Khora, and yeah, nothing about this is going to make sense to any Khora mains out there. For one, Khora is one of the best candidates for shield gating, okay? The specific reason is because of her one being her pseudo-exalted Whip Claw. Basically, you're going to be casting this all the time, and casting abilities is built in a very, very specific way, is going to constantly give you over shields before they ever even break, and you're just going to be able to build shields back up very quickly. This ain't that. Okay? This is 100% not that. Not in any fucking way. This is just a more casual setup. I'm going to be 100% honest, there are far better builds out there than this, but this does work. Okay, now this is a Nourish build because, like, honest to God, Venari is literally the best thing to subsume over because you don't lose Venari, you just lose the ability to control what Venari does. So subsuming over it really doesn't cost you a lot. You keep the kitty no matter what. It's good time. So the shards are energy max, health, energy max. The health, by the way, isn't super necessary, as you see just by the number. Max at spawn. And like I said, this build is a Nourish build. Now, I have 4 builds for Khora, but before we do that, we're going to look into what Venari is doing. Because Venari's up to her own nonsense. Venari has a metric fuck ton of health and has some good function. Okay? Some very, very, very good function. Just trust, it's worth 3 forma. Just trust me. Worth 3 forma. Venari Prime Claws. I've shown this before, by the way. This seems really, really crazy. But it's basically just pure electric, and it's just like this chaining electric, good time. Just roll with it, okay? Have faith and roll with it. The Whip Claw Prime. Now, we're going to do this because this only applies to one of the builds. Okay, so the Whip Claw Prime, there is other ways, like, you do not need Condition Overload. First and foremost, you just don't. You can kind of put whatever the hell you want to on here. If you don't want to run Naramon, specifically, then you can put Galvanized Reflex on here and then run Zeneric instead. And then, you know, something like Nourish becomes that much even more functional. So just, you know, take that into account, that is completely a feasible thing to do. If, you know, like, there's speed isn't really a problem with this because it's a cast issue. So it's like, you know, we're running good range, like, and again, the whole point behind, you know, doing something like a Whip Claw build is to quite specifically try to ensnare enemies because you just really put a thumping on them when you do it. Now, speaking of a Whip Claw build, this is just a centrally focused Whip Claw build that keeps your energy up, and with Nourish coupled with the Energy Nexus, you're just going to be regenerating energy a lot faster without using Zeneric, thankfully. Overall, the build's pretty damn straightforward. You don't even need a ton of ability strength. You don't even need fucking vitality. Because again, just with Augur Reach alone, you're going to be building up shields. If you run something like Taxon to help boost your shields occasionally, it's just going to be a lot of help. Steel Charges for the obvious, you know, just extra melee damage. Coaction Drift just to give a little bit more melee damage percentage. Accumulating Whip Claw, her Augment 4 Whip Claw works really good. Archon Stretch, because the Whip Claw is electric, that's exactly what we're focused into, because that's where that's coming from. Augur Reach for obvious reasons. I mean, like, everything here is pretty damned obvious except for Vitality. That'll be the one that people will be like, nah, I can put anything else there. I get it. I do. On a critical hit, or melee damage. So we're just centrally focused around energy regen, you know, ability range, some duration, and, you know, just basically melee damage. That's just kind of what we're trying to do here. And Venari just doesn't like people, right? Like, Venari just doesn't like people at all. Because I cast this shit, fucking Venari's gonna go out there and just attack people. Really? I can't jump now? I literally can't jump at the moment. As we do this, a few whips here and there and they just fucking die. So, yeah, I literally cannot jump. I can dodge roll, I can run, but I can't jump. I may have to log out of the game, log back in. This is some dumb shit. But yeah, like, so there's that. And running Naramon, obviously, you see it basically takes forever and a fucking day for the stacks to go away. Now, the other builds, I'm just going to show you real quick. Okay, so we have an excavation build. This is quite specifically Pilfering Strangledome, which can also be very much used as a loot build, but there's less survivability in it, so this is more for like sorties, base star chart, stuff like that. You know, and I say base star chart loosely because like adaptations in here, right? Arcane Energize, Arcane Battery. These are all things you don't necessarily need. I mean, hell, even Nourish is in here, but Nourish you can get from the base star chart. Most of the stuff is not that hard to get, except for the 2 arcanes, you know, and adaptation, because adaptation is going to be dropping from the arbitrations, and soon to come arbitration markets. Depending on when this post is probably already there. You know, and the whole fucking build is 2 formats, an Aura Forma and I think an Exilis Forma? Can't remember. Maybe not. Can't remember. But, yeah, I mean, this is a very simple excavate. It just basically the whole point behind this is to get your battery carriers to drop double batteries. Makes excavations go by really fucking quick, and it keeps enemies away from your excavators because it's a shit ton of range. So using the Strangledome, I mean, it's, you know, grab radius of 26.5 meters. That's as far, basically anything 26.5 meters from the center of the son of a bitch is going to be grabbing enemies and yanking them up to the dome, and the dome in itself is 13.25 meters. It's good size. Interception is just truly locking down and then using Condemn to basically give yourself survivability. Arcane Blessing is the wild card in there. Don't really need it, but it's functional. And just having a very large area so nobody can touch your shit except for anything with Overguard. And then you just kill them. And then the Steel Path loot build is another Condemn build. A little bit more health, a little bit less adaptation, but then again, you've also got Arcane Grace, Arcane Energize, and Equilibrium in there. Again, you know, and obviously Pilfering Strangledome, because we're just trying to get loot from this build. So basically, if you've got somebody that needs some loot, just be like, come with me, we'll just go park in a mission for 20 minutes and just kill shit. Pretty simple. Much more of a squad-based build. But yeah, no, this is like, you know, unless I'm doing, you know, like an interception to where I don't really know the squad so much, I'm either going to go in with, you know, Calarvo, or I'm going to go in with this interception build. That way I know nothing's going to fuck with my tower while I'm away from it. So yeah, but no, Whip Claw build, perfectly fine. Hopefully I can jump after this. Don't know. Nope, still can't jump. That's, you know, Khora can't jump, White Boys can't jump. I mean, here we are. So I'm going to have to restart the game, and then I'll get back to shooting. So folks, thanks very much for watching. As always, we'll catch you in the next one.